Alright, what's up, guys? So, I'm not gonna play this video out, like have it where you guys, if you want to watch it, you could go and go to Detect Fights on Twitter and watch it yourself. But no, it's something that I feel like I need to talk on because there are a lot of people, and I even seen some people in the comment sections where they think that being disrespectful towards your parent is wrong thing, but no, being disrespectful towards your parent, like that's a good idea. And people need to understand and realize, like, you're not gonna get far. Like, if you ain't got no respect for your parents, then it's like, how do you expect to survive in life? I feel like that's just something that you learn as a youngin, like when you growing up and stuff. Like, you show respect to them, and then it's just kind of like a mutual, or kind of just like a default respect that you have for those around you. Like, but the thing is this though, like, don't think for a second that it's like, if somebody disrespects you, then it's like, it's just brush it off, like, it ain't nothing. Like, no, obviously, if somebody disrespects you, stand up for yourself. But if it's on some stuff where it's like your parents are trying to guide you, and I think that was the situation with that video. I don't think the mom would be doing anything to possibly, like, I don't know, but it's I like, because I don't know the backstory on that whole video, but seeing how that kid acts, and it's like, man, it's just, it's wild. It's wild. And I think, like, that's why, like, there's some people in this world where they're like, oh, I don't want to have like a kid or anything, because, like, either it's like it could just be, how the world is set up right now, or because of stuff like that. But yeah, if it's because of stuff like that, then I can understand. But I think I'm not trying to blame the parent and say that they wasn't there in the kid's life. I imagine that mom was just there in the kid's life. The kid most likely was just hanging around with the bad crowd and stuff. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, guide your kid. Like, the best advice I guess I could give a parent is just to, guide your kids in the right direction. And if you say, like, I am guiding them in the right direction, but they still carry on like that, then yeah, then that's just a troubled kid. Putting them in an environment where it's like kind of like some like military type stuff, just maybe, because at times it's like, a parent, it's like, you can, especially at that kid's age, because that kid, he looked like he could probably be maybe in like high school or something, like kind of like in his middle years of high school. So I definitely, in a situation like that, it's like, I feel like that. I'm not saying that I'm like, in that high school years, like, I'm gonna stop raising them, I'm gonna stop trying to guide them. Like, honestly, I'm gonna guide my kid. I don't even care if they're adult. I'm gonna guide them all throughout life. I'm not gonna be there holding their hand, but I'm just gonna be letting them know. It's like, hey, carrying on like that, that's not going to get you anywhere in life. I guarantee and I promise you, if anything, it's going to either get you in a gang that you're not going to survive, or it's going to have you be homeless on the street, screaming at traffic and chasing down pigeons and stuff. You don't want that either. It's like, I think anybody in this life, they want a good, decent, life. And so carrying on like that, that's not going to get you far. I guarantee and I promise you that. And that's talking to anybody that watched that video and saw nothing wrong with that video. And I saw somebody in the mentions, like, comment, well, I'm gonna call it comment sections, because I don't know what to really call, like, the little Twitter section and things. But anyways, but no, I saw people in the comment sections of that video where they're like, oh, the son is having a mental breakdown and the mom is provoking him and stuff. Hug that man. And I'm like, for one, that's not a man, that's a child. Okay, that's a child throwing a tantrum. If you are living with your parents, okay, and you're at a high school age and you're throwing a tantrum, or having a mental breakdown, that's a tantrum. Okay, that is a full blown tantrum. And usually, yeah, like, some form of punishment would overall, like, get to that kid and stuff. But that's the thing though, where it's like that kid is just on this like whole like attitude of I don't care. And I'm like I said, it's not gonna get you far in life. And I think it's, just putting that kid in environments where it's like they'll know and they'll see it, and yeah, they'll hopefully get them on the right track. But and the thing is like, I don't want to, like, say like, oh, the kid's a lost cause, like, you can't like help them, or you can't do anything to, because my thing is like, I don't want to give up. I'm like, especially, the kid being mine and stuff, like, yeah, I wouldn't want to give up on my kid. So it's one of those things. I like it. Just, it's a 50-50 chance. Like, well, hopefully it doesn't have to be a 50-50 chance of your kid growing up to be like that. But yeah, I wasn't like that. So I was on the good 50%. But yeah, it's just, it's something that should be like nipped right then and there when they're a child. Because I'm pretty sure, that wasn't the first time that kid threw some fit like that. If so, then it's like, yeah, that kid got like a lot of pent up anger and aggression. You got to figure out like, hey, yo, what do you got going on in your life to where you need to be carrying on like this? Because I guarantee and I promise you, there is nothing. I've had my days, okay? I've had my days where I wanted to act like that kid, but I didn't. Because it wasn't going to get me anywhere. So it's like, you guys sit down and think about it. It's like no, me, if I'm a parent and I see my kid acting like that, I am going to talk to them. Because I know people are like, no, you got to whoop that kid. You got to beat that kid. You got to let that kid know. That's not going to do anything. All that's just going to do is just have them scared of you. It's like, so that's something where it's like, of course they're not going to. Well, some kids out there, I have heard stories and situations where kids, they strike back and they hit the parent. And it's like, it could either be that or it could be on some stuff where this kid is scared of me. I don't want my kid to be scared of me. I want them to like actually be able to live life where it's like they're not living in fear of thinking like, oh, something bad's always going to happen to them when they mess up and things, and they feel like, oh, they gotta, try to prove themselves to people, and they don't even need to be doing that. So I would sit down and talk with my kid, and I would let them know, I'm like, hey, what do you got going on in your life to where you're carrying on like this? And they're all like, okay, it's school. I'm like, okay, I'll sit down and help you with this school stuff, but carrying on like this, why? Is it like it's either more than school, or it's like, bro, what do they got you going on at school? And if it's not that, it's like, okay, what, your personal life, bruh? Everybody got a jacked up personal life, but this ain't gonna make it better. Breaking out windows, yelling, breaking TVs and stuff, like all that extra stuff. That's not gonna make things better. Ain't none of this gonna make things better. I'm like, it's gonna have to take you to make this stuff better, but it's like, you're gonna have to do it in a way where you ain't gonna have to like pay for some consequences in the future. So it's like, bro, you gotta be smart. You gotta think about that type of stuff. Like, my thing is this, and people may not agree with my methods on, how to raise a kid. I don't even have a kid. So I really don't expect people to agree with my methods, but I'm just saying, try it though. It's like, if you don't try it, then don't try it. If you do, you do. If it works, bruh, I'm saying, like, it's stuff that's like, you just gotta try, like, because I do feel like, yeah, your kid, they're a work in progress. All kids, I feel like, are like, they are all like work in progress and things. Like, they're learning, they're adapting, they're, gathering up information around the world, and then, just taking that stuff in. So I'm like, I think I would, just put my kid in that environment where it's all like, hey, be that kid where it's like, you got like, you're working towards something, like, set a dream out in front of them. So it's like, okay, you want to play basketball, fam, let's go to the court, let's hoop. You want to be a content creator, okay, let's go out, get you a camera, let's record a million videos. Whether you want to play football, all right, bro, I'm not that fast, but I'll try to tackle you. Like, I'm saying, what are some other things? You want to play golf? Okay, bro, be freaking Tiger Woods, be whoever. I don't care whether they get like don't they get like a jacket or a watch or something? I'm like, bro, let's work towards getting you. I'll go out and buy you a dope jacket. You point out that jacket. If you manage to, like, beat me or whatever in golf, I'll give you that jacket. Literally, I will go above and beyond for my kids. And I'm not saying that mom isn't going above and beyond for her kids, but I'm just more so just doing this part of the video just to kind of give out like a little bit, bit of an advice giving type thing. But it's like, I would like, bro, I don't care what my kid wants to get into. If they say that they want to, get into acting, I'm like, fam, okay. I'm like, we'll go find like, or I'll find some scripts online and we'll just sit there and we'll just practice this stuff at home. Put you out, freaking, what do they call it when, auditions. I'm like, bro, land you some auditions, land you some gigs and stuff. Shoot, well, since I'm a content creator, I'm like, bro, I'll help you out with your highlight reels and stuff. I'm like, add like whatever effects or whatever things you want me to do to it. But it's like, if they want to get into like the sneaker business, I'm like, okay, let me. If it's the sneaker business, I'm like, fam, I'm like, on a school night, I would be like, no, you ain't going to sleep early because you did school and stuff. I'm like, cause school ain't gonna teach you about shoes, okay? So I'm saying, it's like, just for this night and this night only, I'm telling you everything you need to know about shoes. We are going to watch YouTube videos. We are going to watch movies. We're gonna watch documentaries, listen to podcasts. We're going to listen to Mac Miller songs, Nike on my feet. We're doing everything possible, okay, to have this kid learn everything he needs to know about sneakers, in case if he wants to create a pair himself. Then I'm like, okay, then let's go out and find the material to go create a pair of sneakers. I'm like, if you need me to test them out, bro, I'll walk up and down these streets until them shoes collapse. But it's just something where it's like, even though I'm not a father, but it's something that I think about. I think about that frequently, of like what life would be like if I was a father. And I'm like, bro, if it's one of those things where I'm like, I would literally be sitting here streaming, playing the game, right? Just holding the controller, look over at my kid, start rocking, like during the cut scenes, kind of just start rocking his like little cradle thing, and just doing that, then back to the game, cut scene, go back and forth, just doing that. I'm saying I will literally have my kid right here, making sure of it, that they are well taken care of, making sure that they go to the good schools. If a kid is messing with them at the school, I am talking to that kid and be like, hey, leave my kid alone, and don't be on those stuff where it's like, oh, you had to get your father and stuff. I'm like, yeah, a father that cares. Where's your daddy at? Like, I'm telling you, whoever my kid is, I just want them to overall know, it's like, hey, like, if you think you going through this world alone, you're not. Like, I'm letting you know right now, you are not going to be going through this world alone. Not while I'm here. I'm like, and I guess like when that time does come where I leave this world, and then he's here by himself, I'm like, hey, it's like, I may leave, but just know, like, I'm here. I'm not, like, the thing is this, I want you to be able to carry on my legacy even though I'm not here. So it's like, whether you want to change the legacy or keep the legacy going, but it's like, I'm not doing this, to just, okay, so it's like, I am doing it to overall show you that I'm, attempting to be a good father. I don't know, that'll be up to the kid to make that assumption. If I'm not, then I'm like, I guess I failed somewhere. I don't know. But I would like to hope and think that I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to abandon my kid or I know I'm not going to do no stuff like that. So it ain't going to be like, well, I wonder. No, it ain't no wondering. I know I'm going to be in my kid's life. But I'm doing this, not like only the fact of like me attempting to be a good father, but it's like, I want you to carry on that same energy that I showed you throughout your childhood, your teenage years, and all the way up to your adult years. I don't want you to think like, oh, okay, like I'm trying to impress you. And no, I'm doing this to motivate you. So it's like the day when you have kids and you like, well, I'm going to do what my father did, but do it 10 times better. So I can either, while I'm there and you have the kid, or if I'm looking down and I'm like, I'm just overall proud that I'm like, hey, I did that. I raised him to, be a good father himself, and then, just a straight just domino effect and things. So that's what I overall would want. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I think though, like with kids, it's like, you got to accept when your parent is trying to be there involved in your life. Like getting back on talking on that video, it's like, yeah, that kid, it's like your parents trying to be there and your parents trying to help you out. And I feel like that's a sign letting you know, because like I'm telling you, like the kids, they take their parents for, some kids, I'm not gonna say all kids, but some kids, they take their parents for granted and stuff. And then it's like, there's this movie called Imitation of Life. I think I've mentioned this movie before with situations like this, but there's this movie called Imitation. I'm watching wrestling right now, so I'm just kind of seeing what they got going on TV. But anyways, but no, there's this movie called Imitation of Life where it's about this this black mom and black daughter. Now, the reason why I mention that is because, yeah, the mom, she looked like me. She's like the same skin complexion as me, but the daughter is like, she kind of got like a Mariah Carey type thing going on, right? So anyways, she's ashamed of it, I guess. And yeah, like all throughout the movie, I mean, she's just being mad disrespectful to the mom. Like, it's on some stuff. Even like their last interaction with each other, it was like, why are you carrying on like that? You know, like, you got love for your mom. Why are you carrying on like that? So then it gets all the way to the end of the movie. Sorry for spoiling it for you guys, but it gets all the way to the end of the movie where the mom gets sick and she passes away. So she's at, they're having a funeral, sad music, all the mom's friends is there. And then, like, right when they were getting ready to, like, like, not carry her off, but they kind of had her, like, in this, like, them like horse things where it's like the horse is dragging it, but it's like kind of like, because I think they did for Pop Smoke, and they got like a horse like not dragging it, but it's like it's like some weird stuff. I don't know, to like a horse and carriage, I don't know, but anyways, I'm not good with stuff like that. Okay, so but anyways, so yeah, I guess they're getting ready to send her off to her burial site, and then the daughter, she runs up, she's like screaming and crying, talking about like, I'm sorry, all this other stuff. And I'm like, fam, it's too late. Like, you literally had like what, two hours, however long this movie was, to like but I'm saying you had like your whole life to really do something, you didn't. You messed up. So it's like, it's something that's like you're gonna have to live with, and hopefully like when you have a kid and stuff, and it's like they don't do that to you. And it's like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, people, it's you gotta, like, my computer screen, because I think when I record videos, it does stuff like that. So but anyways, like, it'll just the screen go back, so that's why you'll see me do this occasionally. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, kids, it's like you gotta make an effort, and like just being like overall a good kid and stuff, and then a parent, if you're not, be there in your kid's life, and if you are, then then the kid's acting all wild and stuff, then I'm like, then that's not on you, that's on that kid. That kid needs to have like some life, like, just overall a beyond scared straight experience, not like sending them to no jail and having some dude that's serving life talk about, oh, put this orange powder across your lips and stuff. Yeah, like not no stuff that actually happened on that TV show. But anyways, but no, like, I think if I was to have a kid, and I think if I wanted to do something to like really get them, I think I would fake like a illness. Like, overall, I'm like, yeah, it's like, heaven forbid if I do fall ill, but yeah, I think I would do something to kind of scare them a little bit, or have somebody else kind of scare them a little bit, and just to put them on that right track. Because no, I mean, I've seen where it's like, out of all like movies that I could mention and stuff, like, I like how I mentioned such a serious movie, Imitation of Life, and then I go to a Medea movie. But no, I think it was the Witness Protection movie. And no, there was like the girl in there, she was just being mad disrespectful. And it was like, I mean, it wasn't even to her parents. I mean, it was to her whole family, Medea and everybody. And I was like, what does this girl got going on in her life where she... And I'm like, bro, that's something that I just don't get. Like, when they show things like that in movies, or if I see stuff like that, like, in person, and I'm like, why do people, like, not even people, but it's like, why do teenagers, they get into this, like, I don't know if it's just like, if it's a mental thing or what, but I'm like, fam, all throughout like my life, I've never been disrespectful to my parent, like how they be carrying on in like these movies and stuff where it's like, oh, I it's okay to cuss my parent out, or it's okay to put hands on them. Like, I saw the one, remember that one video, I think the kid was like on Dr. Phil, and he was mad because I think his mom went, it was something stupid, but anyways, he like slapped his mom, and I'm thinking to myself, like, bruh, if that had been me, I probably have been waking up like right now. Like, I'm saying, like, that would have happened years ago, but I have been waking up right now on this day, May 24th, 2023. Like, oh my God, like, what happened? Like, no, I think I need to, should I be in school right now? And they're all like, fam, you're 26 years old. You've been in a coma for like 15 years. Like, you should, like, nah, you will, we set this program up so you could get all that, that work done and things, but nah, bro, like, you've been in a coma for a while now. I'm like, but no, like, cause but Batista and Undertaker, they're supposed to be fighting tonight, right? And they're all like, bro, them dudes retired. Batista's doing movies now. Undertaker, he's at home chilling. I'm like, bro, what, that, I don't get this. I don't, shouldn't 50 Cent be coming out with, like, Before I Self-Destruct movie or something? They're like, bro, he got, like, a TV show called Power. That show's, like, on its 7th season right now. I'm like, bro, what is going on? I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, I got facial hair. They're like I said, like, you've been in a coma for a while. So I'm saying that's like, that had been my life. But I'm just saying, for others, it could be slightly different in things. But yeah, man, people, just be more respectful to your parents. It ain't that hard. Trust me. It's like and it's one of those things where it's like I heard some crazy things between like a kid and a parent. I'm pretty sure yours can't be all that crazy. So, anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.